Hey all, we're keeping busy. We hope everybody's doing well, and we're gonna see you soon.
Hey folks, it's Pastor Andrew, and we're back for part 2 of our video about restarting our public worship services together. I hope you're excited, those of you who are planning to join us this Sunday, June 28th, and to come together to worship. It's going to be different, but it's going to be a great time of worship together. So as we approach this whole subject of coming back together, many of us are on different places in our perception of COVID.
Oh, this pandemic.
It's all a conspiracy theory.
Those are fighting words.
And one of the things we want to be careful of is how we treat each other when we have differing opinions on a subject like this. Some may have strong opinions about we need to open right away, and others may have strong opinions about we should wait until it's totally safe, and everything in between. And so we need to be very graceful and kind about the way that we treat each other as we talk this through. So we also want to let you know that we have been through this whole building. It has been cleaned and sanitized. Our team, Edna and her team, have done a great job cleaning and sanitizing this room. And we want you to know that it is safe and ready for you to come back and join us for our live worship gathering. Also, we want to talk about masks. I know there's a lot of talk about masks and whether we should or need to wear them, and a lot of different opinions about them. I actually was on a call with our premier and got some clarification on all of these things. So the strong recommendation from the government is that everyone coming to church has a mask with them. Doesn't mean that you necessarily have to wear it, but that you bring it with you in case at some point in the service you are unable to stay physically distanced. And so we've got our masks on here, and just want you to know as well, got some fogging up going on here, but that's normal life with glasses. So we want to suggest strongly that you bring a mask with you. If you don't have a mask at home, we have these masks available at the door, but they do cost. And so we are asking, if you take one of these, that you give a recommended donation of $1 to cover the cost of these. So we don't
Or you
incur
can just bring your own from home
a
too.
large cost
That's
to the
fine.
church, or you can bring your own. Also, we need to not have handshaking or hugging or physical contact with people in the building at any time. Please refrain. I know you haven't seen each other for a while. I know the first thing you want to do is run up and give each other a hug. But we need to not do that. So please refrain from hugging, handshaking. We won't be doing that during the service. Also, we are able, again, clarification from Premier Blaine Higgs, because the instructions are that you are not to, you're to only get close or sit with those who are friends and close family. And so we asked him, what does that mean? And he said, anyone that you would normally spend time with in each other's homes through the week would be your friends and close family. So we're going to call that our church bubble. And you may be asked at the door as you come into the service, who's in your church bubble. And that will help you know who you can sit with in the pews. Also, singing is a huge deal that we've in the church world, as we've talked about reopening. Different provinces have different requirements regarding singing. Some provinces have outlawed singing altogether in church. Ours has not, but they have said it's not recommended, but that it's allowable. So what we have decided to do, again, we have set up spacing in our pews to account for extra distance with singing, because apparently when you sing, you project particles up to 3 times farther than when you're speaking. And so we want to be careful about singing too robustly. So we also wanted to mention to you, again, in our last video, we'd mentioned, if possible, use the washroom before you come or after you go home. But if you need the washroom while you're here, we do have one washroom available through that door. Want you to know that after every use, the washroom will be cleaned and sanitized. So I want you to know that if you do need to use the washroom while you're here in the building, it will be safe to use. Also, as you come in the building, you'll notice this table and this box. Want you to know that we will not be handing out the offering bags as we used to do, at least for the foreseeable future. So we will not be taking up an offering during the service. That white box that you see on the table will be our offering box. So on the way in or on the way out, before or after the service, you can drop your envelope in that box, and we'll collect it after the 2 services have concluded. Also, we want to encourage you really to get here early for the services. Doors will open 15 minutes before the service. We want you to get in and get seated because we have 1 hour service and we want to make the most of that hour. So for those of you that maybe are used to showing up about 10, 15, 30 minutes into the service, we want to really encourage you to show up not just on time, but early for the service so that you're here ready to go at service time at 10 o'clock for the early service, 11:30 for the second service. So get here early, get in your seat, and be ready to go when we start the service. That would be really helpful for our team. Also, lastly, want to talk about registering for the services. Because we have 2 services, we have limited space in each service. We really need you to register for which service you're coming to. So we don't have too many showing up at one service and then we have to turn people away at the door, and we really don't want that to happen. And we really need to make room and space for guests, first-time guests, to show up as well. So we're really trying to coordinate all of this and make it as smooth as possible for everyone, but we need you to register ahead. We will be sending you a link today before the end of the day. This is Tuesday, for you to click on that link and register for the service that you want to register for. If you're not able to click on that link, or someone you know is not able to register by clicking on that link, you can call the church office by Thursday at 4 p.m. Our office isn't open on Fridays, so if you can call by Thursday, between today and Thursday at 4 p.m. and let us know, we will register for you, or email. So you can call 506-546-2172 or email office@evangelbathurst.ca, and we will register for you. Now, you are going to need to register each week for the service that you want to attend. So this is a pattern you're going to need to get into. We just ask you to make that extra effort, get into a routine every week of registering for the service that you're going to be coming to. So thanks for joining us for this informational video. Again, folks, we have never stopped worshiping. We have never stopped being the church. We've never stopped doing the work of God in our city. But we have the opportunity to come together this Sunday, for those that are comfortable to do so, and worship live together here in our building. So we're excited to have you join us. Again, if you're not able to join us, you're not comfortable joining us yet, you can join us on Sunday morning on live stream and worship along with us. But we want to welcome you, those that are able to come. Join us this Sunday, choose one of your services, and Bring your family and come worship.